Instead of arguing over which is better, tea or coffee, we decided to make a list of the things that two have in common. In this episode, we're listing 5 different ways that tea is similar to coffee. If you're a coffee lover, you might be surprised at how similar these two drinks really are. First, we can start off with the most obvious similarity, and that is that both drinks contain caffeine. This is a large reason why the two drinks have become so popular around the world. While many low-quality tea bag teas are quite low in caffeine, higher quality loose-leaf tea can be quite high in caffeine. Gyokoro is perhaps the highest tea in caffeine, with as much as 120 to 140 milligrams per 8-ounce cup. This is on a similar level to a cup of coffee, which contains around 100 milligrams of caffeine per 8-ounce cup. You may not feel as much of a jolt from the green tea, as the L-theanine slows the absorption of caffeine, giving you a longer lasting energy throughout the day without the crash or jitters. The second similarity between the two has to do with the plant. Both the tea plant and the coffee plant can be broken up into 2 major plant species. The Robusta and Arabica make up almost all the coffee that's exported around the world, and similarly, the Camellia sinensis assamica and Camellia sinensis make up almost all the tea that's exported around the world. Within these 2 plant species, there are hundreds of different varietals or cultivars, and the same is true for the coffee plant. Depending on the terrain, the climate, and what type of tea is being produced, a farmer will choose to cultivate different plants. Some cultivars are sweeter like the Saimidori and Asatsuyu, some have more vegetal flavors like the Yabukita, and some are stronger on these savory umami notes like the Goko. The third similarity is the age at which the plant reaches maturity. Both the tea plant and the coffee plant reach their maturity at around 4 years old, meaning this is the earliest they can be harvested. When it comes to the world of Japanese tea in particular, the similarities continue, as the peak productivity is considered to be somewhere in between 7 and 20 years. After 20 years, a lot of tea plants in Japan will be rotated to make rooms for new ones, although in China, these older tea trees are considered to produce even higher quality teas. The fourth similarity comes from the production. While it's common knowledge that coffee beans are roasted to produce a particular flavor, some may not know that certain tea leaves are also roasted to produce roasted teas. Hojicha, a type of roasted Japanese green tea, is a good example. Hojicha is still a type of green tea because the leaves are steamed after harvesting, but these green leaves quickly turn to brown as they are roasted. The color of the tea produced is a beautiful reddish brown, and the flavor plays more on these warmer notes of coffee, caramel, and chocolate. This tea is less expensive than a lot of other Japanese green tea, and the flavor is quite popular, particularly in the colder months. The final similarity comes down to the preparation of each drink. Of course, both tea and coffee are considered to be extractions, meaning that they use hot water to pull out certain aspects of the plant and leave some elements behind. They both control what is extracted with some type of filter. Of course, when it comes to brewing both of these drinks, the time, temperature, and ratios are important. I'll leave the coffee explanations to a coffee expert, but I can briefly go over the brewing parameters of Japanese green tea. You want to use 5 grams of leaves and 150 milliliters of water. The water should be more warm than hot, something in the region of 60 to 70 degrees Celsius or 140 to 160 degrees Fahrenheit. You can let the leaves sit in the water uninterrupted for 1 minute and then pour them out into a cup. The clay teapot you use should have a built-in filter that prevents the leaves from getting into your cup. Whether you're a coffee drinker that wants to get into tea or a hardcore tea fan, we really recommend you sign up for the monthly tea club. Each month, we'll send you our best teas from all over Japan at the best possible deal. We'll also give you a free Kyushu teapot you can use to practice preparing these teas the traditional way. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you have any questions about where to get started in the world of tea, please feel free to leave us a message in the comments below. Until then, we'll see you next time.